All right, everyone. This is Trumpet of God Ministries, Pastor Dave, your watchman on the wall. Breaking story coming out of Beijing, China. A Chinese colonel is blaming the United States for China's latest bird flu virus, saying that the United States of America has unleashed a biological weapon on the Chinese people. Here's the headline. I'm going to put the link below in the show more box. Chinese colonel says latest H7N9 bird flu virus is U.S. biological weapon. Things are really heating up with the conflict on the border of North Korea, South Korea, Japan, the United States, and China being a strong ally of North Korea. Now China is blaming the United States for the recent outbreak of the bird flu, saying that the United States of America unleashed a biological weapon upon the people. April the 10th, 2013, Beijing. A Chinese Air Force officer on Saturday accused the U.S. government of creating the new strain of bird flu now afflicting parts of China as a biological warfare attack. People's Liberation Army Senior Colonel Dai Zhu said the United States released the H7N9 bird flu virus into China in an act of biological warfare, according to Saturday. The charge was first reported in the state-run, I can't pronounce, Gonghu newspaper, Southern Metropolis Daily, and then picked up by several news outlets in Asia. State Department spokesman Jason Robholz dismissed the claim. There is absolutely no truth to these allegations. No more truth to these allegations than the chemtrails raining down upon the American people. He told the Washington Free Beacon 7 deaths from the bird flu outbreak were reported as of Tuesday in state-run Chinese media. As many as 24 people reportedly were infected by the disease in Shanghai. I hope I pronounce this right. Jingzhou, Zhejiang, and Anhui. Chinese authorities are trying to calm public fears of a major epidemic, claiming there is no evidence the virus can be transmitted between humans. The government also is claiming that the outbreak is not related to the recent discovery of thousands of dead pigs floating in a river in China. Amen. Remember that? Remember that? All of these dead pigs, thousands of pigs floating in a river in China. It reminds me of when Jesus cast the legion of demons into the swine and they ran into the water and drowned. We're truly living in the end days. The accusation of U.S. biological warfare against China comes as the Pentagon is seeking closer military relations with China. Army General Martin Dempsey, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, is set to travel to China for talks with Chinese military leaders later this month. Dai is a military strategist who in the past has been outspoken in seeking to foment conflict between China and the United States. He told the Global Times in August that China should go to war over U.S. support for Japan's claims to the disputed islands, writing on Sina Weibo, a Chinese microblogging site akin to Twitter. Dai stated that the new bird flu strain was designed as a biological weapon similar to severe acute respiratory syndrome, SARS, which he also claimed was developed as a U.S. bioweapon that affected the country in 2003. According to Dai's posting, the new flu outbreak should not be a cause of concern. The national leadership should not pay too much attention to it, the PLA lecturer at the National Defense University wrote, or else it'll be like in 2003 with SARS. At that time, America was fighting in Iraq and feared that China would take advantage of the opportunity to take other actions, he said. That is why they used psychological weapons against China. All of China fell into turmoil, and that was exactly what the United States wanted. Now, The United States is using the same old trick. China should have learned its lesson and should calmly deal with the problem. Dai said that even if a few may die from the flu outbreak, it will not equal 1,000th of the deaths caused by vehicle accidents in China. Dai in the past has called for China to punish the United States for U.S. arms sales to rival Taiwan by selling arms to U.S. enemies. China recognizes that a few perfunctory protests will not have any effect, which he said in 2010. China can't directly sanction American arms companies since they did not do business with China. But China can sanction companies that are doing business with China directly, like Boeing or General Electric. Dai also has said the United States has crisis with North Korea and offers of cooperation on the issue as a plot to drive a wedge between Beijing and its fraternal communist ally. Dai also has said U.S. efforts to counter Chinese espionage and intelligence gathering were part of a U.S. plot theory of Western countries threatening others by releasing information gained through spying in order to damage the reputation of other countries. A State Department official said China notified the World Health Organization on March 31st about its first detected human cases of H7N9 infection. 14 cases were confirmed by the World Health Organization by April 5th, of which 6 were fatal. The organization said there is no evidence of human-to-human transmission. U.S. Embassy, Beijing, and U.S. Consulate Shanghai are monitoring the situation, working closely with counterparts at the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and the Beijing and Shanghai municipal governments. The official said the colonel's accusations provoked a widespread response on Chinese websites. One post in reaction joked that Dai commented about auto deaths must mean that the United States and Germany are responsible for a conspiracy to produce cars, according to a report in Hong Kong, South China Morning Post. Lau Changpin, deputy editor of Beijing, said most PLA soldiers would not support Dai's comments, and he urged the colonel to resign and apologize to those who have died from the current bird flu outbreak. Edifying Dai then said in a new posting Sunday that it is common knowledge that a group of people in China have been injected with mental toxin by the United States, and now this colonel is blaming the United States for the H7N9 virus, bird flu virus, saying that it was unleashed by the United States as a biological weapon. Tensions around the globe are truly heating up. Be warned. Listen to the warning, be prepared, but don't be consumed. Don't be obsessed. These things must happen. Keep your eye on the sky, your eye on the prize, your eye on Jesus, the bridegroom, because the King is coming. Leave me comments, everyone.